It is once again time to lay the SmackDown and take a look back at all of the highlights from this past week's episode and give our thoughts and reactions. And just a reminder, if this is your first time here, please do us a solid and hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for all the latest WWE reactions and predictions that you can dream of. Ooh. Plus, we cover MLB, NFL, and NBA from time to time.
Whatever is the hottest topic on the market.
There's no topic that's too cold for us to handle, everybody.
There you go.
We will always embrace the heat over here, and SmackDown is actually interesting this week for a change. And as WWE kind of moves on, I guess, from the Seth Rollins injury that's been hanging over throughout the week, we get some fresh and juicy happenings. And now we know that Cody Rhodes and John Cena will duke it out at SummerSlam in a street fight, Nika, as both of the men came down. Now, they made an announcement right before the show started here on Friday and said that Cena and Cody Rhodes would be doing their official contract signing tonight on the actual episode. And whenever they do something like that, you just know it's going to have something go down. There's going to be some drama. So I was curious to see what was going to prevail here, and I was not disappointed.
No?
Yeah, I think this was actually going to be looked back upon as a relevant moment in WWE history, at least in the current storylines that are going on. John Cena came down to the ring and said to Adam Pearce here and Cody Rhodes, his opponent at the table, "I am not going to be at SummerSlam." Direct quote. And I think everyone, I even myself, I was a little bit like, oh, well, that was unexpected. I was not expecting Cena to come out and play this like
announcement.
Well, and he was also sort of playing the victim. He laid out that he's been filming a new movie for Netflix, and he's been tired and overworked, and that he's not going to be able to be his best.
Okay.
Cody Rhodes didn't really take kindly to that, and a duke out ensued. And then we got this moment, which I was sort of alluding to earlier, where Cody Rhodes forced John Cena to sign the contract. And, oh, by the way, he added this whole street fight stipulation to the match. So we get the headline for SmackDown here. We get our headline moment, the forcing of the signing. And then as you can see in the next slide there, you can see Cody Rhodes actually physically holding John Cena's hand and forcing him to sign a contract. And I really found all of this ironic, because spoiler alert, the whole SmackDown episode started with a police call and an incident with Solo Sikoa and his entourage getting involved in a hit and run accident, right? And yet, apparently, it's not against the law or an offense to hold someone down against their will and force them into a contract that they don't want to sign.
Really?
That's the mixed message signaling I'm getting here, because Adam Pearce was actively involved in the Solo Sikoa Jacob Fatu situation, and he's standing right here watching this other man have to endure something against his will from Cody Rhodes. Now, that all aside, are we witnessing the beginning of the end of John Cena as a heel and his return to the good side, as they say in this business? And oh, by the way, are we seeing the opposite from the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes?
So we're going to have a double switch?
A double switch, bait and switch.
Bait and switch on the SummerSlam?
I feel like it's heading in that direction. This was aggressive, even for Cody Rhodes standards, I would say.
He's testing the bad waters.
Well, as we discussed before, and even with regards to John Cena, he must be having a blast playing the bad guy on his way out the door. Everyone knows he's retiring, and it was just kind of probably a fun thing for him to do.
So you think?
But I think it's coming to an end.
Yeah.
Because his whole thing is coming to an end.
Right, and he doesn't want to go out on the negative wave. He would like to go on the high wave as the good guy. Therefore, Cody's turn to turn.
Yeah. Absolutely. We trade one villain for another
Yeah.
and one face for another. We can only have so many.
I know, but that'll be a nice change of pace for Cody.
It would be. It would be indeed. And I think I like where this is going. This was a little bit unexpected as far as how I felt like they're sort of foreshadowing the turn. Do you think maybe it's too much foreshadowing and that's going to be the, that there's not going to be this turn? A lot of people seem to think that this is laying the groundwork for it. So
I do too.
in a business where you have to do the unexpected in order to stay kind of ahead of the audience, what do you think?
I think it is a beginning.
You do?
I do.
Okay.
I don't think it's too much because by this time the SummerSlam comes along, a lot of people will forget about this. There will be so much other stuff going on. We have wrestling almost on a weekly basis.
Well, SummerSlam's only 2 weeks away, though.
I know.
It's
We have
less
short
than that right
memories.
now. I'm curious where this matchup's going to fall in the card. Your gut instinct says this is going to be the final match on Sunday night, right? And so where it's at, though, will tell me a lot about how I think it's going to unfold. And if I think it is the final match on Sunday, then there's going to be definitely some flair and some dramatics and some turns and some twists and some.
You have to wait till the end.
Some cameos, maybe. I'm talking about you, Rock. Are you going to come and lay the SmackDown at SummerSlam? Because we haven't seen your little face since the Elimination Chamber, I believe, when Cena turned on Cody Rhodes.
Right.
And that was the big night where Rock and Cody Rhodes were supposed to make this pact. I think a lot of people seem to wonder if he's going to have a change of heart and therefore supplant John Cena, who, oh, by the way, he's retiring anyway, so it's perfect for The Rock to want to actually replace him. And
it'll be perfect timing, too.
It will be. It will be. Anyways, this was fun and street fight at SummerSlam. Let's get it on. It will be Saturday, August 2nd and Sunday, August 3rd. We got a double back-to-back days here. I'm excited for SummerSlam, especially to be 2 nights. So we haven't had a 2-nighter since WrestleMania, even though it kind of feels like we just did with Saturday night's main event and Evolution. But that still was not the same because the Saturday night's main event did wind up falling a little bit short, I think, on just the expectations and the matchups. It's more of a showcase for the national audience.
I agree with you. But the SummerSlam will be bigger event. It's almost like WrestleMania 2.0.
WrestleMania 2.0, indeed. It has grown, and it was always big when I was a kid. And it was always falling actually at the end of August. And I know this and I remember this because it was always like the week you would go back to school.
Oh.
It was like, dun, 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 no more summer vacation. Not that going back to school was necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes I felt ready to go back and see your friends and everything and all that comes with that. Not necessarily the homework.
But it was more of a signaling of the summer being over for kids.
Yeah.
With the school starting and whatever else.
Indeed. But yeah, so that's how I always correlate SummerSlam. Now, I can't help but notice it's now at the beginning of August. So if I was a young kid nowadays, I would still be on summer vacation and probably get to enjoy both Saturday and Sunday night, stay up a little later maybe, depending on what time zone I'm in.
Yeah. So
that's fun. And I'm glad probably more kids get to partake in it because, I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of that's what it's all about. One thing that's not a joking matter for kids, though, is the police. And that's how SmackDown started, everybody. A hit and run was what happened here. And you can see we got Solo Sikoa, we got Tonga Loa, we got Tala Tonga, and we have JC Mateo all giving words with Adam Pearce and some officers, and it looks like some other WWE handlers out here, and we got a big collision, of course.
I think there's a Jimmy Uso in there too, or Jay Uso, one of the Uso brothers.
It's not. It
it's not?
Just looks like him. It's a little fuzzy, but as you can see in the next picture here, it's a little unfuzzier, even though we don't see. That is Tonga Loa or Loa. I don't know exactly how you say it. Apologies. And we have now Tonga. That's how he's going by. That's the big dude with the perm. And then we have Solo Sikoa, of course, the ringleader there with the gloves on, explaining to the police here and Adam Pearce his side of the story. And JC Mateo looks distressed. This was interesting, to say the least. But anyways, what you need to know here is that after this went down, Jacob Fatu was apparently taken into custody by the officers as having caused this.
Oh, so they blame it on Jacob.
This is the classic, Nika. If you call the cops first, right, they're going to believe your side of the story. So
100%. Whoever calls first wins.
And so Solo Sikoa obviously like 3 steps ahead here, because Jacob Fatu obviously had no idea any of this was going on. So a devious plan here that had serious consequences, because Jacob did not stay locked up for long here. The quote on the tweet from WWE as it was happening: "You are not the person of interest." Taking a line out there from, what was it, Geraldo or whoever used to do, "You are not the father."
Oh, that was...
You are not the Maury.
Maury Povich.
Oh,
jeez.
Haven't heard that name in a while. Anyways, Jacob Fatu was released right as Solo Sikoa came down to the ring to gloat. You can see that smug-ass smirk on his face in the ring there on the left side. I couldn't help myself but to give this double-sided illustration of just how badly this was going for Solo Sikoa here as he was gloating with his posse. Mm-hmm. Anyways, Jacob Fatu looking angry, getting a shoulder bump there from Jimmy Uso, his brother from another mother, I think, as I'm calling him now, because Jay Uso's his real brother.
Yes.
But Jimmy been more hanging out with Jacob these days and taking issue with Solo Sikoa. And yes, after this happened, Adam Pearce came out and declared that because Solo Sikoa wants to get into it with Jacob Fatu and put him behind bars, that he should join him, and that they are going to have a rematch at SummerSlam for the U.S. Championship.
Again?
And it's going to be inside of a steel cage, Nika.
Oh.
A cage match.
So up the ante with the cages.
The stakes have been raised. And blame yourself, Solo Sikoa, for messing with the law. Mm-hmm. We'll be back at some point before SummerSlam to do all of our predictions, but I am actually really excited for this matchup. I think Jacob is the kind of performer that will excel inside of a cage, and he's a little crazy. He's kind of got that Tasmanian devil in him. I know they call him the Samoan werewolf, but
that's close enough.
Yeah, your cartoon analogies, I mean, they're not that far apart.
No.
Solo Sikoa, you're in trouble, but I kind of expect him to win this match still.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like he's such a good bad guy right now.
You might be onto something. He's like the Jabba the Hutt from Star Wars. The underworld boss.
And just what antics is he going to pull inside of that cage? Everything seems to be about he has to cheat to win or pull some kind of schemer to win. So what's he going to do to hang on to the title inside of that cage? Because I don't think he wants to be in that cage alone with Jacob Fatu.
Most likely not.
But he's going to be. And I don't think they're going to be able to like sneak a guy underneath the ring to help him out. But what weapons maybe, or what devious ploy awaits underneath the ring?
They might find a way to sneak somebody in.
You think so?
I do think
okay.
So. I mean, they open up those cages from the top, from the side. I mean, look at what happened with McIntyre and Damian Priest last time they fought in the cages.
Oh yeah, the chairs were crazy.
Chairs, exactly.
Yeah.
So anything goes.
Anything goes. It's going to be exciting to see. I'm excited for this matchup because I think Jacob does bring a little cray-cray to the ring and inside of that cage. I think there could be some great stunts. That's for sure. So before we move on from this one, as you can see, Adam Pearce also had another surprise in store for Solo Sikoa, because after he announced this matchup and everything was kind of settled, he called in the cops. And they took Solo Sikoa into, according to WWE's X account, Solo Sikoa is really putting the slammer in SummerSlam.
Oh,
Implying
play.
that he was headed to spend a night in jail or something. Are you buying that Solo Sikoa spent the night in an Alabama prison or wherever they're at these days?
No, absolutely not. It's a good headline, though.
It is a damn good headline. And unfortunately, it's just ironic to me. I want to circle back to Cena for 1 second because this is actually like a scripted plot where you have someone basically falsifying a hit and run report and getting punished for that. But meanwhile, Cody Rhodes is allowed to beat the hell out of somebody and force them to sign a contract against their will. That's cool. That's fine.
So,
that flies.
Let me ask you this. Is that contract legally enforceable?
Well, if I'm John Cena and his attorneys, by the way, I'm going to be invoking that one immediately. I mean, especially after this incident.
His real attorneys or the... Okay.
I mean, come on.
We just go along with it.
Are you saying Tom Cruise doesn't have attorneys, Nika?
I know.
All right. Well, let's move on to the ladies, shall we? Because we had a fatal 4-way tag team matchup at Evolution, and we got to see Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez retain the tag team championship belts. And you and I were both kind of surprised by that a little bit. We had both predicted that Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair would win because of the interesting factor. And anyways, it appears the feud is not over yet because first we got a matchup between Raquel and Charlotte Flair on SmackDown. So we had the Queen going against someone her size, I guess, someone that she can duke it out with. And we got to see Charlotte Flair win against Raquel Rodriguez with a little bit of help from her new little friend, Alexa Bliss. And this had all the makings of, when you watch it happen in real time, of Roxanne Perez basically being the villainous character here and having her scheming go the wrong way because she got involved towards the end of this match and the referee got tied up with her saying like, hey, what are you doing? Stay out of this. And while that was going on, Alexa came in and got the assist for Charlotte, helping her win. And you can see in this shot here, I know it's not moving and we see the play button, but Charlotte is smiling down on her new friend Alexa. And this is after, I want to remind everyone, Charlotte saved Alexa from a spear during that fatal 4-way championship matchup at WWE Evolution. So, Nika, are you buying that Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss are bonding and becoming teammates for real?
Oh, this is a match of convenience.
I like it from a writing standpoint.
Yeah.
I think we've definitely illustrated that before here on the show, but worth mentioning because it's a rematch. It's happening at SummerSlam. It is going to be Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez against Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss for those tag team championship belts. And I know this isn't the predictions episode, but I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say that Charlotte and Alexa are going to win this time. I thought they were going to win at Evolution. Now they're getting a second crack at it on their own. And I think it's going to be theirs for the taking. So
I hope so, because I hope they do get those belts. Judgment Day had its run, and it's time to pass the belt to some other team because this tag team is not doing it for me. The Judgment Day tag team, I mean. I feel you.
And we all miss Liv Morgan, and we don't know how things would be playing out had she not gotten injured legitimately. But unfortunately, that has happened. I appreciate the effort that's gone into the storytelling with Roxanne sleazing her way in there. And she was doing that before Liv got legitimately injured. So it's lucky for them that it worked out that way. However, I am with you. Like, I wonder if they'll stay a tag team too if they lose the belts, Roxanne and Raquel, because they're kind of
another tag team of convenience.
It is, it wasn't Raquel's choice. If you remember, she felt kind of arbitrarily forced into it like, okay, well, I guess so. If Liv's okay with it, you know, and not like Liv Morgan's been around to voice her opposition to anything, other than to say good luck on Twitter, I believe, when they had their matchup. So, anyways, yeah, I guess it gives them a little bit more time with the belts, but I do think that they're coming off at SummerSlam, and they're going on to the new blondes, who are going to be rocking the gold, and we'll get to see how they interact with each other as champions for a while. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, Nika. Speaking of tag teams, SmackDown also gave us another fatal 4-way matchup. And
on the men's side.
On the men's side. And, you know, I got to admit, the men's tag team division, both on Raw and on SmackDown, it just hasn't done a lot for me since we started watching wrestling back at the Royal Rumble in January.
Oh, yeah. I'm with you on that.
I've made as much of an effort as possible, but the best possible outcome for me in this matchup is what happened when Andrade and Rey Fenix emerged victorious. And they have earned the battle against the Wyatt Six in a WWE Tag Team Championship match. So congratulations to these two. Well, I guess they're the Latino World Order, LWO, Luchadors. I don't know exactly how you say that.
Luchadors, yeah.
But yeah, that's going down next week, actually. So that's happening before SummerSlam. Are you surprised that this matchup's not happening at SummerSlam, or do you think there's just no more room on that ticket with all the other matchups that have already been announced?
Maybe. There's a lot going on in the SummerSlam, even though it's 2 days. They got to fill in the schedule before, you know, they got to entertain people. This is a traveling circus. So you have to put good matches between now and SummerSlam as well. And that would fit.
Well, out of all the 8 men in this fatal 4-way tag team matchup that we showed earlier, I was happiest that these two came out on top because they're easily the most enjoyable for me and what we've been watching, and the mic skills and just everything, you know, the total package.
The package, yeah.
I'm still a little bit on the fence with the Wyatt Six. You know, I think the more I've learned about them and their family and everything, they're a little bit more interesting to me, and I really like their music.
They do have a very theatrical entrance.
Yes, I think the weirdness factor and like the interruptions and stuff, the shtick, if you will, it will only go so long before it gets old and stale. That's my one concern with it. Is like is there a room for evolution there? We'll wait and see. The World Tag Team titles are on the line. I don't think they're going to lose.
They just won.
Became champions. Yeah. As much as I like Andrade and Rey Fenix, I don't see them becoming the champions here. I hope I'm wrong, because I would love to see them have a title run all of a sudden. But yeah, I don't think it's happening.
I don't think so either. They just got it.
Will anything happen during this match that makes it a SummerSlam event, or that like gets procured and like it's unresolved and it needs to be added to SummerSlam at the last minute?
It might.
Also, are we going to see finally Dominic Mysterio emerge and defend his Intercontinental title?
He needs to clear his doctor note.
He does. He does. I don't have any imagery for that, so I'm going to move on really quick. But just it was a random wrestling thought.
It happens.
All right. We'll wait and see. That's on Raw tomorrow night. Dom is part of the Raw brand.
Okay.
All right. Well, that was the big stories on this week's SmackDown. Overall, I thought the episode was good. You know, I thought the Cody Rhodes, John Cena. Well, it was great to see John Cena again, and the unexpectedness always they deliver. I was not expecting John Cena to try and back out of the matchup at SummerSlam. So that was good, and just the way it all went down, the forced signature, everything, it's great. And I do think we are going to see Cody Rhodes turn. Let us know. Do you think that that's going to happen? Do you think he's going to go evil with The Rock at SummerSlam? And
I hope
by
so.
contrast, will John Cena then turn babyface before he hangs up the sneakers for good?
I hope so.
And
I
the
really
jean
do.
shorts and everything else, the hats.
The hats.
He's got great hair in those movies. He's not going to be covering him up anymore.
He's got a bald spot too.
Oh, snap.
Snap.
That happens when you're a 48-year-old champion, right?